Hey everybody, it's Cindy over paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am working on day 9. Tina's mass makes. She does 100 of them weekly, one a week. I am doing them daily. So we are on day 9, or week 9, and we're going to make these fun little, I don't know what you call it. It's like a slanted pocket, but it's got a flap. So there's a lot of different ways you can use these. I'm upstairs experimenting with different weight papers in my printer and seeing what I like for journal pages with my kits, printing digitals, because I've started making digitals. I'm kind of new to printing them and deciding, what weight paper to put them on. I think this is going to be a good make things out of this, pockets, cards. I think this is going to be a good weight for that. And then I have another lighter weight for like the actual pages. But anyway, this is one of my print-offs, my test print-offs. So I thought we would start by making one with this. Basically, you're going to fold your paper into thirds. And as she said, she just eyeballs it. So as close to thirds as you can. You can always trim off edges or excess, right? Unless, of course, your excess is a fold, in which case you can't. So let's maybe pull that over further. Does that work? I hope. Okay. Now, when I was printing this, you'll see there's a border at the top. It was borderless printing, but this piece, or this image, it's basically a scan of coffee dyed paper or dyed paper that I had. And for some reason, I didn't make it 8.5 by 11. So when it printed, even though it printed borderless, I didn't tell it to fit to the page. So I've got some white areas. So we might end up trimming those. Like, let's go ahead and cut here. They won't necessarily show. It depends on how you're going to use the piece. If you watch at least one of Tina's videos, I watched week 109. She comments on the fact that, I can't do that straight when I have a line. She comments on the fact that you don't need, if you're making these to be glued in, if you glue this in, it doesn't necessarily have to be double-sided. You could just cover whatever edges on the back side of the paper that are going to show. So you fold it into thirds. We got it all folded into thirds, nice and trim. Make sure we're less than a page. We're a little over 8 inches, so that'll work. And then you're going to go back here and you're going to flip this down. Okay? Don't interfere with your fold. You're going to fold this down like that. Okay? Now, she glued it down. You do have this middle area. And if you're not gluing it in, you have this back area, right? So if you're using a cardstock, you could cut that off and use it as a corner tuck or something like that. I'm probably just going to glue it down for this particular project. So you just glue this triangle down like this. And I suppose the question would be, why am I why am I redoing Tina's videos? Well, I've actually been wanting to do this series I think I said this when I first started. I've been wanting to do this series forever, and I thought, why not? So we're doing a 100-day challenge with Tina's 100-week mass make. All right, so we are, and then you're going to glue this as a pocket. So this is where the pocket comes from. So just like that, and then we will put this over like this. Okay, I'm going to undo these flaps so it doesn't. Okay, so, and then you have a pocket, right? A tall pocket with a little booklet in the middle. Now, if you've made this out of paper that's light enough, I don't know that I would write on this just because it has, the decoration in the background has writing on it, so it might be confusing. But I would glue paper in. You could glue paper in here. You could put a flippy pad in here. You know, there's lots of different things you could do with this. You could also take it and put it on a page. Oh, that's not a page. Let me get a page. Hold on. I got pages over here. Just give me a second. Okay, so if this was going to be your page, you could glue this down as a tuck this way, or you could glue this down as a tuck this way, which is what I think Tina was talking about with the gluing it in. If you're going to glue this in, obviously it doesn't matter, because the only part of the back of the paper that shows is this part where you've folded your pocket. So if you were going to glue this like this as a tuck that flips open, which I really like that idea, if you were going to glue this down like this, it doesn't matter what's on the back of your paper, right? So your card can be, it could be single-sided scrapbook paper, it could be a single-sided digital, you know, whatever. You don't have to have anything back there. And you could just glue it in like that and it flips open. You got a pocket in the front. And I will say that one of the things she had the idea of doing, I want to show you, but I don't have anything I want to glue on. I don't want to mess this up. Oh, wait. Here, this will work. This blue. Okay, so you would take this. We're going to fold it here. Maybe up a little more. Here. And I'm trying to fit it inside there. I like the idea of, this was an idea that she did. She did 2 pieces. You could do 1, you could do 2, however many you wanted to do. Okay. And then we're just going to cut this off. So, doing a lot of scissor cutting, guys. Are you proud of me? Me either. Okay. And we'll cut this off. That doesn't look straight, does it? According to its matching up with the edges, it is, but I don't know if that always means anything. Okay, so I'm just trimming off the fold to cut the piece free, and then, oh yeah, that's not straight. Of course, I'm going to keep making it worse. And then you would glue it down in here. Like this. Oh, that's definitely not straight. You know how I know it's not straight? Because down here it's wide, and up there it's not. Okay, so you glue that down on there, and then you would have journaling space. And she did 2. I'm going to straighten that up before I do that, because I like that. So we'll come back to that. All right, let's see what we could do with some scrapbook paper. So you would probably want to decide, this is where we get out the ruler and the cutter. I am definitely not scissor cutting that. That would be a mess. Okay, I'm going to get my big ruler, if I can find it. Okay, what was I saying? Most of the scrapbook paper I have that I'm going to be working with today is either double-sided or coffee dyed. But like I said, if you like the idea of these being glued in as tucks with a flip out pocket and journaling space, then you don't have to have double-sided paper. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut most of these to 8.5. My thing is cut them bigger than you want them. So, I mean, technically I could cut them 9, but cut them bigger than you want them. The biggest size that you would use in a journal. And then hopefully, if you needed to, you could cut them down further if you wanted to. Okay, now, for my way of thinking, 4 inches is pretty good. So, to fold this into thirds, I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to fold to there. Wow, that didn't cut straight. That's over the top up there. And then fold it back on itself. And it should be in thirds, yes? Oh, we are definitely going to have to cut that. Look at that. It's almost like I did a zigzag pocket, unintentionally. We don't need the big ruler for that. So we're just going to take this and I'm going to take it off. So we're dropping this one down to 8.25. Because, wow. Okay. Which is a shame, because that means I'm going to fold that car. Doesn't it? I hate that. I hate that, I hate that, I hate that. Oh, I really hate that. So what if I reverse it? I'm okay with folding down part of the map. So we're going to reverse it. Look at that. So if you just reverse your accordion and change your cover. So this will be my part that opens. And this will be my flap that folds down. Okay. So let's glue this. I'm figuring we'll make a bunch of them and then we will look into putting, you know, pads or whatever in them. My hot glue gun is plugged in, so I might go upstairs because I took it back upstairs after I used it the last time it was down here. I speak of my stapler. So I might go back upstairs and get my stapler and we might make some flippy pads to go in a few of these because I always like that idea. A lot of times I'll just glue my layers of my flippy pads together. I mean, I don't always staple them. When I do staple them, I like to hot glue them, but I don't always staple them. Okay. So that's like that, and then that's not so bad. I don't mind folding the map. And then we'll just glue this shut. All right, and I guess we'll make a whole bunch of these. I think by the time you see this one, of course, this will be the 9th one, and you will have heard me talking about how I'm filming these ahead. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start putting them up. Where I am in the... So you should... This should be mid-November-ish. Is when you're seeing these. Because I want to get them... I want to get enough of them up so that I have... you know, some leeway, but I also want to get started before the holidays. Okay. So that's that one. And as you'll notice, of course, they can open either way, right? Okay. That's the other thing I can do when I go upstairs is get some more of my dyed papers. Okay. So that's that one. This one does not require any kind of, I want this pattern And it has to go, kind of needs to go that way. So we're going to try our cutting again. Okay, so we're going to 8.5. I don't know if the paper moved on me or if I didn't pay attention and it got shifted or something. Okay, I'll have another strip. You could also, on your scrapbook paper, if you have single-sided paper and you need to cover this triangle, you can use your strip, right? I can use this strip to cover this. Now, if you do that, you might want to make if you want to use your strip to do that, you might want to make your pocket 8 inches tall, so you get a 4-inch piece, since that's what we're folding our thing to. Okay, so I'm going to fold, I'm actually going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I need my fold to be. Right there. Nice and straight, right? Listen, you. Okay, that should be right there. And then this should go to right here. Okay, like that. And there we go. And then, of course, we would fold this down. Like that. And we have our pocket. Yeah? All right. I'm going to, oops. I'll take this, put it over here. Oh, the gluing. Guys. Okay, so now we will glue this flap down. Anyway, I wanted to get these up before the holidays, so hopefully you'll be seeing these. The very first one it was probably filmed at least a month before you're seeing it, maybe a month and a half. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the date on the video. Honestly, I don't remember when I filmed it. But yeah, I got started and I was like, okay, we need to get a bunch of these done. And then I just decided, you know what, you need to start putting them up. So, yeah. All right, so there's another one of those. Now, let's see what else we got here. Ooh, I was kind of excited to do this one. I want to take off the bottom anyway. So I think we're just going to take the branding strip and everything. That would be 10, 9, 8.5. Is right here. Okay. Just get a pair of scissors going and we should be able to. Okay, now I think what I was going to do. Well, let's just go ahead and get the folds going and then I'll figure out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we want to fold it to right there. Just like that. And then we're gonna end up reversing this one because I want those lanterns on the outside. So let me get this folded straight and then we'll. Or no, actually where I want the lanterns is right there. I want them in the middle. Could they be on the outside? And I can. See, that would fold me to right there. You just wouldn't see any of the branch. I think I'll keep them on the inside. This will be on the outside, and we'll fold this, and then the outside front we can decorate. Well, that's a loaded comment. Now, I will say this. This was coffee dyed and baked in my oven, so it's a little brittle. So it's got some cracking at some of the edges, so wherever that is, I might have to trim it up to fix it or whatever. It's also a little bit curly at the edges, so I may have trouble folding it. I mean, gluing it. Folding it's not a problem. Getting it to glue down might be. Because the edges are curly and they don't want to glue flat. Just keep pushing them, keep telling them, yes, you're going to go. Eventually it'll work. Okay, see, and that right there, what I'll probably do is just clip it even with the pocket. So we'll go like this. Kind of take off that piece that cracked where it wouldn't fold with the rest of the paper. It's being obstinate. There's one little piece there that won't. There. Got it. Okay, and then there is that. And you get the coffee dyed patterns and stuff in there, and then we have that. Okay. I've been looking for a place to use this where I could keep the lantern design, because I really like it. It's a little crooked. See, if I cut it there, it's going to cut it apart, because that's my fold. So that would have to get fixed in the decorating. All right, so all my scraps over here. And I've got a few more pieces here. I actually do have some that's white on the back, so we might try doing the 8-inch pocket and, you know, the filling it in thing. Okay, so I went and got some paper and a stapler in case we want to do some of that. And yeah. All right, let's make a few more of these. I kind of wanted to make one out of this. It's very stiff now that I coffee dyed it. But I thought this might make a fun, I have a thought maybe next fall, because I'm hoping that by then I'll have some sort of a routine or something. I was thinking that by next fall I might be able to make back to school journal. 1, 2, 3 and a half. This one's coffee dyed on the back, so I'm okay with listen, you. There will be none of that funky stuff. Okay, this one's going to be tough though. It's really stiff. I don't know why coffee dyeing made this one so stiff. This is from a pad of it's called School Days. I can't remember who made it. It's old. It's an old pad. But the other pieces that I have left over from it aren't this stiff. So I don't know. Here, right? Okay. So I'm kind of curious to see how this one works out because, like I said, really stiff. It's cracking a little bit. I'm wondering if the stiffness comes from, like, it got, for lack of a better term, overcooked. Because it cracked. I don't know if you can see that there. Can you see the cracks? This got baked in my oven, so yeah. It might have gotten overcooked. Suppose there is that possibility. Okay. So we do that, and then we put we flap one of these down. Oh, and you're going to be able to see that, I guess. I'm going to kind of trim the cracks. I'm thinking I'll leave them. Okay. And, ooh, when I went upstairs to fetch things, I was gone for a little bit. Truth be told, it was only a few seconds for you guys, but I made dinner and we ate. And so I was gone for a little while. And I left the thing out of my glue. Okay, let's get this done. All right, I don't know what happened there, but I've got a big old bubble up there. Come on. I know you don't wanna, but you're gonna. I can't trim that. Again, it's the fold. That would be one of those things where if I have to fix it, I'm going to have to fix it in the decorating. It doesn't want to give there. This one's going to be a really stiff one, guys. It's like a post-apocalyptic schoolyard. It's just so... Okay, let's just say when you overcook cardstock in the oven, like leave it in there too long, it is not forgiving. See? Okay, so we're going to trim this, and then anything on the front I'll just have to take care of with decorating. Which I'm sure I'll figure something out when I go to use it. But that's not so bad. And if I do like vintage back to school, a little torn and tattered would fit in fine, right? All right. Oh, a little overhang there. Yes? No? Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell. Okay. Well, there's another one done anyway. So yeah. I also have these. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about mixing and matching these? Let's do ourselves an experiment. Ready? We like experimenting, right? We're going to make these 8 inches tall, both of them. Okay? Move that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make them 8 inches tall. Okay. And then we're going to do this one, 8 inches tall. And what I'm thinking is we'll make these, see, these are single-sided and not coffee dyed. So what I'm thinking is we'll make these as glue ends, and we'll use opposite. These are from the same pad, believe it or not. And I figured we could use opposite ones, right? Okay, so everybody knows this folding method that I'm doing here, right? I have to fold 4 inches over 4 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. A 4-inch flap that covers 4 inches of my piece of paper. So it's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got to go to right there. And if you hold it there and fold it, you get your 4-inch flap, right? Everybody kind of gets what I'm doing with this. And that one's slightly crooked, but it'll have to do. And then you take this one and just fold it back to the edge, and it should line up. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm used to them opening this way, but I think we'll make one of these that opens that way, and the other one, let me fold it up. Actually, we're going to make one that opens this way. And then we have our white space, right? And then we're going to make one that opens the other way. But all you have to do is flip it. So one. I swear I'm having trouble counting today. What I probably need is a nap. Or a cup of coffee. Or I don't know. Something. Now this has those glitter pieces on it, so it tends to like crack and break away if you fold it on the glitter. But okay, that's pretty good. Okay, and then we'll have this one, yeah, go this way. So it goes like this. Okay, like that. And then what I was thinking was we'll glue this flap down. Okay. And then we'll glue this on here. See? What do you think? That is crazy. I don't actually know that I'm going to do it because I don't actually like it, the two patterns together. But that gives you an idea of what I was talking about when I said you've got this, when you've got these papers with the white, all you really need to do is cover this area here so that, unless you like the white, I mean, there is white in the front of this paper, so to leave that white wouldn't be like horrible. I'm not going to glue I'm going to glue these flaps, but I'm not going to glue these pockets shut because I may later down the road decide to, what you call it? I'll get it here in a minute. Put some paper in there. So, just trying to think. I've been trying to come up with, I've been trying to at least start thinking about Christmas shopping. At least when I was filming this, I was thinking about Christmas shopping. I hadn't done any yet. By the time you see it, I may have gotten some done. Who knows? Okay. I have 2 more pieces of paper here to do. I was going to say we would call it quits, but I feel like with only 2 left, should we just push on and see if we can get them done? What do you think? We can do it, right? Okay. everything will get out of my way and cooperate. As long as this is straight, because this paper shrunk. With all the stuff I've done to it, this paper has been treated with all kinds of stuff. And it shrunk the paper. So, yeah. Uh-oh, I also tore it right there. Okay. Sorry, so I was talking about, I've been trying to think about Christmas presents. And I'm trying to come up with stuff. All my kids are older and have jobs and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, they're still your kids, so you like feel like you want to get them stuff. And with the economy being what it is, they still live at home, so, which is fine. I don't mind. But yeah, I like how that turns out. Okay, so let's glue this one down. You've heard me mention before on my channel that my one son does YouTube videos. He plays video games on YouTube. He has a full-time job because he hasn't, like, broken into the whole doing this for a living thing, but so all right, so we'll close that one over. Okay, so this one's glued together. I actually like the way that turned out. All right, we got that one, and then my other last one was this one, and it's got a tear up here, so we're going to cut that part off. Which is funny because this is the perforated area where it tears from, like where it... Maybe what I'll do is take off the 3 inches here, 1, 2, 3, to make it a 9-inch piece of paper, and then I'll take ½ inch off over there. I don't like the perforated edge. I mean, unless I'm purposely doing it because I want a textured edge, but for the most part, I'm not a fan of that particular texture. So we're just going to take ½ inch off this end, and it'll get rid of that. And we'll have our 8½ inch piece. Okay. Oh, it's torn there too. Of course it is. Okay. Oh, they're messing with my dog. All right, I think we'll have this one go this way, and this will get glued to get back together when I glue the pocket shut. And actually, I can put a little bit of glue. It's you know how when we tear a piece of paper and it's got the core? I can kind of glue it at its overlap. But anyway, so I'm going to fold this. It's funny, I had these drying. This is coffee dyed. This one has these little dots all over it. I had it drying on a pizza pan. Now, have I told you the funny story about my dog? Maybe I have. I can't remember. I know I was talking about my dog in one of these videos. She is so spoiled that she will not drink water without ice in it. I just heard the ice maker go off. And ice hitting her. It makes a very loud, distinct sound. Ice hitting the bottom of her water bowl. So somebody was putting ice in her water bowl and giving her fresh water. It's funny though. She will sit there. Her bowl can be half to 3/4 full, and if she's decided it's too warm or has sat too long, she will sit next to her water bowl and bark. Like, hey, somebody come refill my bowl. She is so spoiled. It's hysterical. Okay. Enough about that. Now, let's get these out and see if we can't do some pads and things. I did bring some paper in case we just wanted to make we made these 4 inches, so I should be able to cut strips from the paper. Let's see, the inside of this one is green, correct? So we don't necessarily want to put green in it, but we could put I think that would go nicely. Let's cut a Now, the one thing I will say about trying to glue down coffee dyed paper, it seems to, I'm going to give myself 1/4 inch on each side, 1/4 inch border. I think that'll be good. And then, so that way is 3.5. And this way, I need to make it 8. And then I could glue it down right in there like that. Yeah? I like it. And then you could maybe put a pocket on this side, which we might do out of the paper that we cut off of it. Okay, let's glue this down. I don't know how I wonder if it would be best to do it with a glue stick since it's kind of bubbly. And I'm hoping I can maybe flatten it out and get some of the air out of it, but I'm guessing not. I suppose it would be easier to do it that way. Okay. I'll try and work it down the page and see if that kind of makes it flat. I'm hoping, maybe. Yes? Hey, look, we did it. Okay. So that gives you a little piece of journaling space there. Right? And then what I thought we would do is take, here's the paper. We could do some pockets. What do you guys think? Okay, so they need to be 4 inches wide. Oops. 1. 2. I think I'm only going to be able to get 2, guys. They're not the same width. Actually, they need to be more like this width. See if I can get that to line up and cut that sliver off of there. We might be able to stack. Since they overlap, I might be able to get 3 pockets stacked up there. What do you think? This one too. Okay. All right. So I think this will be the bottom. Middle, top. Or middle. That's upside down. Middle, top. Nope, like the other way. Question is, can we get them all on there? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah? Okay. We want to try and make it as straight as possible, but we know how that goes. I can already see that one's crooked. Okay, so basically what I think I'll do is we'll cut notches. Oops. Here. 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 This one goes up at the top. They're going to be pass-through pockets, so it can go up at the top. I don't know if I have a, but I'm looking at my ink. Okay, it's going to have to be a little one then. Let's bring it up. Ooh, maybe we'll do this. That might go. Let's try it and see what happens. I'm going to get my corner rounder and we'll round here. And let's ink it. I want to set them apart, and I'm hoping like that. Okay, and then we'll set this one. And hopefully I'll be able to go from here all the way down the page, only on the sides, so that we can put something nice and tall in there. Okay. Don't do that. I have to make sure you're straight again. I had you straight and then you moved. Daggone it. I think that's straight. Okay, and then I decided this would be the middle one. So let's round these corners. I mean, you can do all kinds of things with these. Tina even said that she does a modification of these where you sew a few pages in and make them like a little booklet. So even with this here and these pockets here, I could still sew pages into this. I mean, these are so versatile. I feel like you could add them depending on the, you know, the paper and the whatever that you use. I feel like you could add them to any journal. It would help if I could, I don't know, not skip off the paper all the time. All right, I want it to be right about there, I hope. Again, straight. All right, that mahogany, this is, by the way, this is called aged mahogany, if anybody's interested in this color. It's got kind of a dark reddish color to it. It worked very well to do what I wanted to do here. That was weird. Okay. And I like the way it goes with the page. The fun thing about this is, you know, with the pile of inks I have up there, every once in a while it occurs to me, hey, why don't you pull out like a blue ink or a green ink or find something pink or, you know, whatever. And try and, you know, jazz it up a little bit. Don't just use the regular old. I feel like vintage photo is, of course, my standby, but uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Let me think. The paper right there is, something's wrong with it. We're going to tape it back there. It's inside the pocket, so I'm just going to put a piece of tape on it and hope on a wing and a prayer. That my pocket holds together okay. Let's get the, yeah, the paper itself got, probably because that area right there got a lot of bleach on it. So I took paper that I had dyed with some of my RIT dye. Actually, yeah, I don't know what this was dyed with. I think it was dyed with RIT dye. I dyed some papers with RIT dye, and I didn't totally like the way they came out. I didn't knock the RIT dye back with anything, and I didn't like, the colors clashed on the scrapbook paper as far as I was concerned. So I don't know if that's going to get it or not. Let's see if we put a little bit of glue in here. I'm doing paper repair, guys. Okay, hopefully. So anyway, so I dyed the paper with the RIT dye. I didn't knock the brightness of the color back, and it clashed with the scrapbook paper. So I said, I wonder what would happen if I laid it in my deep sink and I sprayed it with bleach, just for the heck of it. I also did it with some of my scrapbook paper that I didn't like the pattern on the scrapbook paper, so I had played with it with RIT dye. And I was like, well, maybe it'll, you know, bleach the paper itself. Well, that didn't really work. Okay. So there we go. That one opens this way. And this can still be glued down. I mean, I happen to like the back of that, so I don't know that I would glue it down. But you could still glue, like you put all this stuff on here. You got a pocket. You got 3 pockets here. You got a little, you could still glue this down as a tuck. And this could still glue in with all of that stuff in it. So we did that one. I don't really think it needs a lot of decorating. I don't know. It might get some like trim or lace depending on what journal it ends up in. What did I do with all of my... Guys, you're going to stand here and watch me. I mean, you're going to sit here and watch me. They're right here. Seriously, guys? Here, this is the one I wanted. This is the one we made out of my kit. And now that I have my ruler and everything out, I want to see how straight this is. Not very. And how wide this is, because I didn't... This one isn't scrapbook paper. It's a little over 3.5. Oh, well, we need to trim this anyway. This needs to be 3.25 maybe. Okay. And how tall did we end up making this? Because I trimmed those edges. 8 1/8. And how long is mine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll make it 7.5. Okay. We'll see about putting this down on here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and we'll do it with the glue stick method. I'm trying to see which side you see the pattern better on. Okay. I'm running low on this. This was some of my favorite. Like, I don't want to say plain because it was coffee. I mixed coffee and blue Rit dye, and I used my, got ink on it. I used my, like all my vinyl placemats and tablecloths and stuff. Yeah, I haven't done a paper make like that in a while. I want to do one, but I have not had time. Okay, and then I don't know what I'll do with this. I could find another piece of this and put it over there. But I really like the way these are turning out. And I'm actually kind of excited that I have a stack of these now, because I think these are a great idea. Oh my gosh. My video ran way longer than I thought it was going to. And I'm going to let you go, guys, because we need to... or I need to go get some other stuff done, and I will be with you tomorrow for day 10, week 10. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.